Alright, so this is a quick video with my Blade 130. My overall opinion of it is I'm glad that I didn't spend a lot of money on it. It's no longer being made or whatever, so I got it at a really huge discount, or else I would have never bought it. But it's definitely not a beginner helicopter. And for anybody who's watching this video that doesn't know what a Blade 130 is, it's a collective pitch helicopter, which means that it flies just like a real helicopter. You change a pitch on the rotor blades, and it can fly inverted, upside down, do loops, rolls, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's really meant for really experienced helicopter pilots, which I'm not really. And as a tail drive, a gear-driven tail motor, or tail rotor. I gotta get my terminology straight. I used to actually be a helicopter mechanic. Anyway, let me give this thing a shot. I'm gonna make this a really quick video with the flying, because I just had a nice long video and I crashed into my step stool, and I didn't want to post a video with a crash in it. A garage is not a place to fly these kind of helicopters. They belong in a field. There is not even a breeze in this garage right now, and the air is dead calm. And I noticed on my last video that the thing is pitching up and down. Not really holding too stable. I don't want to too high and then hit the ceiling. And I also think that it's slightly out. I had it hovering hands off before, but I hit a couple objects, and I don't think it's in 100% trim anymore. I don't feel like looking over the whole thing. Here we go. This is mode 2, or flight mode 1. Stunt 1. It's not a hands-off hover. I'm not doing any hands-off hovering in my garage. I'm barely putting any cyclic input at all. It's kind of like hovering on its own. Let's see how long it stays there. it's actually doing pretty good. Alright, that's all I'm going to do. You saw I had a pretty long hands-off hover. So I'm liking the way that this thing is flying right now. And I don't want to risk any more crashes with it. I'm sorry, I'm looking down. That's the way my camera is positioned right now. What else? I hate people that too much. I think that's a lack of intelligence, where they don't know what they want to say. Basically, the only thing I noticed about this helicopter is make sure that this square boom is pushed in all the way. The plastic C gear and on the back of the tail boom, it sometimes wiggles its way loose. It gets worn, and then it wants to slide up the tail boom, the torque shaft, the torque tube, or whatever you want to call it, and then it doesn't mesh properly with the D gear. For anyone who wants curious, this is the main gear, this is the A gear, the gear on the front of this thing is the B gear, and this is the C gear on the back of the tail, and then the D gear is on the tail rotor shaft. So basically there's no tail motor. As the rotor head spins, the rotor head turns the tail rotor. Which is actually pretty neat, because you could probably make this thing fly as fast as you want. You could probably put a way bigger motor on it and make this thing really crank, and it'll still have the same rotor head and tail rotor combination to keep it flying straight. At first in my video I was kind of just playing around with it, making it go nuts. I mean, I was just messing around, but as you can see, I got it into a stable hover. But this is a very finicky helicopter. I went outside. Let me step back from the camera, maybe you can see me better. I was outside flying before, and I had it in a stable hover, and I just wanted to do a quick turn around like this, and so I gave it right input on the rudder. I should have gave it some left cyclic, and the thing just goes like this and off into the neighbor's yard. And I didn't like that neighbor, so I don't want to break their windows, so I slammed down the throttle. And when you're flying a collective pitch helicopter and you slam the throttle down, it slams down to the ground, it gets damaged. But I wasn't going to damage somebody's window that I don't like and cause a big problem for myself. But anyway, that's about it. The one major thing about this helicopter is make sure that this receiver, it's a 3-in-1. It's a flybarless controller and a speed controller, and I guess receiver all in one. So they're very expensive. I learned how to repair mine. I'll get into that in another video, but it needs to be secure and it needs to be level, because if this moves, that's what's controlling the gyro. So you know, if it's tilting at an angle, the helicopter is gonna make the helicopter like it's flying at an angle, and it's gonna try to correct, and your helicopter's not gonna fly. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'll just keep this here. Alright, there's the helicopter. Sorry I didn't put the front plastic piece on, because I don't want to beat it up any more than it already is, and there's no sense in flying it on there with it on there in my garage.